Hey everyone, this is Jessie Burgart. How are you doing? Let's dive into The Art of Focus by Dan Koe. We are on page 51, the start of it, the universe. Okay, the start of this chapter, I guess you call it. When we harness the creative ability of our minds to view life from above, we can discover, collect, and harness profound insights that bring us peace and progress below. The universe is the most conscious and ultimate perspective you can adopt. Humans come somewhere lower on the consciousness scale, and your ideal or highest self can be seen as a stepping stone perspective toward the universe. Further down the ladder come animals, plants, and intangible intelligence that you can integrate into your perspective to make it less reactive to low consciousness problems. True philosophy has one question that contains all others. How do you live the best life? I assure you that this question cannot be answered by climbing the power ladder placed in front of you as a child. This question is answered by holding the perspective of the universe in our mind, observing the essence of its movements, which often can't be put into words, and applying those discoveries to our lives in a practical manner. Before we go any further, I want to make a distinction between the universe, capital U, universe, and universe, one with a capital U and the other without. The universe lies far beyond the senses. It is the universe of universes, beyond our universe and beyond the cosmos, but still a part of our daily lives. Some have called this invincible power God. Others prefer to label it as the infinite, source, the absolute, the all, or intelligence. In Aztec philosophy, it is called Teotl, or in Hinduism, Brahman, which is noted as the highest universal principle, the ultimate reality. I have my own beliefs, and I'm sure you have yours. I use the term God at times, but I understand how many reactions that can spark in people to ask for scientific proof of a literal man floating in the sky, locking them further into dangerous intellectual prison that widens the gap between concept and experience. God, as far as we're concerned, is the identity of reality. My goal is to leave cultural labels out of this description, as the highest truth cannot be put into words. It must be experienced on a personal level. When I tell you to think of a bird, a specific image will pop into your mind. That image will slightly differ from the image that every other person on this planet will have in their own mind. One person may think of a blue jay, while the other a cardinal. But even then, those images have faint lines without further context. While the interpretation is different between us all, the underlying truth of what a bird is remains the same. And it is often indescribable when you pierce through the layers of concepts we use to make sense of that part of reality. For the sake of coherence and understanding, I will use the term universe, as it will help us describe its nature with examples that can be noticed in our everyday lives. I'm not using this word as a noun, but a verb. This is not a religious doctrine, but I do not want this to turn into a shallow self-help book that leaves out the underlying essence that the industry was built on, often stripping away the fluff to help readers acquire an immediate yet impermanent result. You see, from a state of open focus, we can understand that the path to the good life cannot be deciphered from one mere human perspective or belief system. You must observe and note patterns from one perspective to another, even if it isn't a human perspective. A constant state of narrow focus is the result of common self-help doctrine, all too focused on the pragmatic aspects of life to the point of inescapable stress. It's not hard to see the intelligence, consciousness, and nature of the universe at large. Just because it cannot speak your language or solve your mental fabricated problems, like the love of your life breaking up with you, does not mean it is not intelligent. The narrow, collectively accepted notion of intelligence as smarts is not what I'm talking about here. This universal or infinite intelligence reveals itself through division and unity, creation and destruction, birth and death, growth and decay, order and chaos, an impeccable and self-corrective balance. This is beyond physical, as we are not animals, and animals cannot conceptualize this power as humans have for centuries. With the emergence of self-reflective consciousness, we have access to spirit. Spirit is the intangible connection between minds. Our mind can have an internal battle with itself. Two friends can argue with each other. States can have political battle during elections. Countries can go to war with one another or with themselves. Notice that these are battles between ideas, like red versus blue politics. Even a physical battle between humans at its root is part of a larger spiritual war. There are cycles, patterns, and rhythms that we can notice to ease the uncertainty of our lives. By understanding these patterns, we can align our behavior with them to reap the benefits that nature provides. Everything is connected. Let's run through a mediocre dissection of the universe from what we can comprehend. The galaxy contains the solar system. The solar system contains 9 debatable planets. Those planets contain Earth. Earth contains the oceans, continents, countries, states, counties, cities, neighborhoods, streets, buildings, and rooms, each having a purpose: beds, humans, organs, all the way down to what we call an atom, and the atom going deeper than I care to illustrate here. All of these individual things being a unit of mind, a figment of consciousness, many of which we aren't in direct physical contact with. Each figment of consciousness is layered and given new meaning. All right, that's it for today. And I'm just going to throw in my little 2 cents here about balance. Ecclesiastes 3 in the Bible has a great description of balance. And so if you want to further investigate that, have a wonderful day or afternoon, and take care.